This is the word to go, yo.
Hello. Welcome to Grown Ass Women TV. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, that is a hashtag. Hashtag GAW TV when discussing the show on social media, as you should be. Your ladies are here on a Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're here every week. That's 10 p.m. GMT for those of us in the UK. But Lisa Marie Varon is here, Mickie James, myself, SoCal Val. We're happy to see you guys. Before we get started, you're going to love this episode, so I guarantee it. Do us a favor and like this video. Very, very important. Make sure that you're subscribed because we want you to be a part of the GAW family. And do yourself a fave. Click that bell icon and enable notifications so you never miss a future episode. Because listen, this is going to be a great episode. We're discussing amazing things. Get in it and make sure you support us. It's very important. Very important.
Yeah, it is so important. And I want to say thank you to all of our YouTube members, our Patreon. We just relaunched Patreon, our Patreon members, for taking it to the next level and supporting us in different ways because you guys love us and love the show so much. We put our Halloween photo shoots up there. There's all kind of BTS, no BS, right? You get to see the coop fun. I've put some of my extraordinary adventures with my new chickens on there, ladies, and subscribe. So, and if you aren't, you can always go over and support us here on YouTube or go over to Patreon and support GAW TV. Support your ladies because we have a lot of fun doing this show for you, and we do a lot for free over here on GAW TV. But if you love us a little bit more and want to see a little bit more, go on over there.
Absolutely.
Put them peepers on.
Welcome.
All are welcome. All are welcome. And you guys, we are bringing back social peak skis.
The social peak of the week.
Yes. And my social peak, and probably is the same as Mickie's, well, kind of, sort of. We're going to be at WrestleCade. I'll be out there all 3 days. And I got a lot of new outfits I'm posting on my OnlyFans and for our Patreon members as well. So I got a lot of juicy content, you guys.
I can't wait to see you at WrestleCade. We're going to get all kinds of juicy content, Lisa.
Yay!
Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah. Get it, girl.
Yeah.
Oop,
yeah, we are. I also have this weekend coming up. I have the Frank Brown Songwriters Festival, which I go to every year. Very excited about that. I get to network and play shows. I'm playing with Sean, and I'm doing the Native American tribute show on Sunday down there. So I'm super stoked about that. That'll be fun if you're down in Florida, Floribama, Pensacola kind of area and want to come hang out. I'll be performing for 3 days. 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, the Native tribute show, and Monday. And then I come home on Tuesday. So super stoked about that.
Oh, Mickie, we saw some of your a little blurb or two about it last year, and it looked like such a good time. Like, even if you're not a wrestling fan, like obviously you have a musical career as well, it's something that's for everybody. It just seems like a really fun, relaxing time, end of the year kind of fun. So Floribama, we're putting all the links in the description. You can join Mickie there. I will say that I'm looking forward to Progress Wrestling on November 12th in Manchester. November 26th, we'll be back in London. And then I'm coming to the States for quite a while. I'm so excited.
Can't wait.
I've secured a few bookings, which I'm really glad about because I can't wait to see everybody. December 2nd is Blizzard Brawl in Milwaukee. We love our friends. Dave Thoreau. Thanks to Richie DeGreg. I'm going to be there for that. Possibly some New York, New Jersey signings as well around the 9th of December. Then definitely Icons of Wrestling in Philadelphia. I've done this show many times. It's always so much fun. Listen, everybody's there. It's a great time. That's December 16th in Philadelphia. I'm just happy to be home to my roots, and to go see everybody. So listen, all of our social peaks. There we go, ladies. Social peaks. Woo! All the info is on GAWtv.com. It's in the description. It's also on our social medias, which you guys already have in the description. So there's a lot to discuss. But ladies,
Val, you're a hustler. I mean, you just mentioned I want to come back to the States. Like, let me see if I can find any shows in the States while I'm coming back. And then all of a sudden you just list off like 5 places. Just gonna pop in.
You know what?
Pop on through.
And sometimes I regret that because sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't have enough time for friends. But like, I just feel like I don't like to stay home. I like to go do things. So I'm excited to see everybody. I will
you're
tell you,
a business and pleasure kind of girl, a business and pleasure kind of gal.
Yeah. It's a hashtag booked and blessed. Let's be honest. Yeah. But I think, ladies, we all have something in common. We all have, we watch our TV shows. We always talk about what we're watching. We have different, various genres that we like. One thing we can all agree on is we are obsessed with wrestlers on Netflix. Not because we're from wrestling, not because we love and adore and worship Al Snow, the best ever, but because it's just an amazing show. It's just emotional. It's beautifully shot. It's just an incredible show that if you're not watching it, get out from under the rock from which you came and get into Wrestlers on Netflix. We are so thrilled to have a friend of ours that not only is from Wrestlers on Netflix, but Lisa, you know him very, very well. We have Mr. PEC-Tacular, the face that runs the place, joining Grown Ass Women TV right now because he is a grown ass man. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Jessie Godderz, Mr. PEC-Tacular.
Woohoo!
Boom, 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 boom. I can't do the peck thing, but yes.
No, I need like a squeaky toy.
Can I?
You can.
I don't.
Oh, these are pecs. Oh, yeah.
Those things. I don't know if I'm just moving my shoulders or actually I should, I'm glad I wasn't doing that. Lower. That would have been gifable.
Oh, that hurts.
Would have been gifable.
I'm going to ask him about that. Here he comes.
Wait,
Jessie
you don't
Godderz,
use your
Mr.
hands, Val.
PEC-Tacular.
You're not supposed to use your hands.
Oh,
I just use my shoulders.
Gotta get painters. Jessie, please help us, God. Please. Jessie, God help us, God. Lisa's first question was, are you on your way to the gym? And I would think with a body like that, you're always on the way to the gym.
Always on the, I just, gymmed it up by just wrenching. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
It's so great to see. We just want to say, first of all, a big cheers and hello. Thank you for being here. Cheers to all your amazing success. We can't wait to discuss Wrestlers on Netflix and all of your amazing things. Cheers. So great to see you.
Oh, yes. Good seeing you guys all. Thank you.
We have so much to catch up on with you on. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Well, I guess the last time I was at OVW when I was there with Impact and we were doing all that stuff, but you're a dad now. You have a new show coming out. We just finished binge watching Wrestlers and we loved it. It was so damn good. But obviously the first question we always ask our guest, and since you are our guest, who you wearing? What you drinking, my friend? What is this Killer Bees outfit? Are you wearing a Killer Bees inspired?
It's just a tank top, and I've used
OVW colors.
Right, absolutely, of course. I'm a company man,
I see that.
Mr. OVW. That's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, big, huge baby face turn now. So like this face, exactly. But and then alkaline water, but it's in a plastic bottle and it's probably been bottled for longer than 3 to 4, 5 hours. So there's probably no alkaline left in it, to be completely honest with you.
What are the benefits of alkaline? Because obviously you know your stuff. What's alkaline? Is it like a battery?
Yeah.
Is it a what, Val?
She's
like a battery.
Yeah. It's just
I'm not trying to be the blonde of the group, but I'm just asking the questions that everyone else is thinking. Sure. I have to say, if you don't mind, I have to go back to who are we wearing, what are we drinking? Because Lisa is looking like, I don't want to say Tinky Winky, but she's looking like a sexy Teletubby, and I'm here for it. Maybe.
Okay. Yes. Remember how we were running out of pajamas?
Yeah.
Because we usually wear pajamas, right? And I'm like,
not anymore.
Nope, not anymore, baby. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's shorts with the socks.
Nice.
It's a onesie.
Look at you go.
Oh yeah.
Look at you go.
I'm sweating my butt off. I'll be honest with you. And I'm just drinking little bit of
legs
water.
Are free.
Yes, they are. Yes. I'm just drinking a little water, little cranberry juice, and a splash of wine because I only had this much wine left. So I don't like to waste.
Waste
I just
not, want not. That's what I heard that.
Yes, and I put extra lip gloss on for Jessie because I know how much he loves when girls put extra lip gloss on.
Oh, really?
No, he does not.
No.
I was putting lip gloss on. No. He dry heaved before going out to the ring with me. He goes, I can't. That's too much lip gloss. Yeah, it grosses him out.
Just talking about it.
Actual question: do boys hate lip gloss? Because that's what I hear.
No, it's like,
Like
I don't know if it was,
when you do
I had a
this,
friend.
and
Exactly.
the
And you can
strings.
see this. Oh, that's it. That's it. It's like, it's disgusting. I almost want to throw up right now. And you know exactly, that's like, even when you were saying it, that's it. It's been trauma. I've been traumatized. I had a buddy that had a girlfriend, and it was just disgusting. That's exactly what I think about. That's exactly where my mind goes right back to. It's like, I'm sure, like, you know, when people drink and they're just, everybody has a Bacardi 151 story. And then, like, as soon as somebody says Bacardi 151, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, just a smell of like something cinnamon. That right there, there's an emotional attachment to that exact
Lip gloss. It's
entire
like when it
episode.
gathers in the corners, are you talking about? And then
Yes.
it'll
Or the
attach.
Yes.
strings that between lips.
Oh, and nobody
That's
tells you.
disgusting.
Nobody
Oh.
tells you if you have a little corner gimmick going on or not. They won't
Oh.
let you know.
Oh,
I bet you would tell me though, Jesse. I think you would tell me if I had a corner
Oh
gimmick
yeah, I'd be
going
throwing
on.
up. You'd be a dead giveable. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be throwing up. We
I
love
mean,
it.
yes, it's turning my stomach.
Yeah.
But yes.
Oh man, I'm
Yeah.
so
And
sorry.
then before going out to the ring, I would have to like make sure that my lip gloss, because we always made out in the freaking ring, you know, because we are the Hollywood.
Oh, see, I would put extra on if I were you. I would have been like
Okay.
extra gloss.
Okay, listen, I wasn't going to bring this up. I am Switzerland over here, but now I have to. And I've had to make out, hello, Sanjay, hello, Jay Lethal. I've had to make, not had to, I got to, the privilege of making out with said gentleman in professional wrestling. Hey, Cole Cabana. Hey, many people I've made out with in wrestling for the sake of the show. Lisa and Jesse, I know we have so many things to cover, but I have to ask. It's like when you ask an actor, what's it like to do a love scene? Lisa, you can go first, ladies first. Then Jesse, I want you to weigh in. What's it like to do a love scene?
He was so nice. Like, we didn't know anything about each other. We didn't even know each other. And I was getting my makeup done, and then I heard that we had this big old makeup scene when he first gets introduced. So he pulled up to my makeup chair. He goes, "Hey, I'm Jesse. I think we need to get to know each other since we're doing this this love angle. This like, yeah." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's so nice." And I was so nervous. And they were like, "Yeah, we want to see tongue. We want to see this." And I'm like, "No, we don't need tongue. Come on, you guys." And so I just told Jesse, "Go, let me just jump in your arms," and we just followed the motion, just made it more body language and you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was very kind of you to come up to me, because I was really nervous about that spot, to be honest
Jesse,
with
you're an actor. That's actually a very like professional way to do it, to be like, hey, let's introduce ourselves. So how is that for you, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to professional wrestling and acting, there is such a divide. You know, if you guys have ever done any stunts and whatnot, just your paycheck, you know, when it comes to like something like that. But when it comes to acting and whatnot, people, I mean, are much more reserved, much more conservative. Like, there's people that are like completely covered up. You know, I remember like scenes with some people where like we all walk around in our underwear.
Yeah.
24/7. Like that's us in our work attire. So I never ever think anything about it. But then when you go on set, it's night and day. Like, they have robes on. They're like, I mean, again, they're married women, you know, they have kids and like this, that, and the other thing. And then like when they hop into bed and whatnot, because I had a scene one time in a bed, I think I was in my underwear and whatnot. And I'm like talking to everybody in my underwear and like boxer briefs and stuff, not knowing that I probably should have wore shorts or been a little bit more conservative. But yeah, there's no comparison. There's no comparison, especially when you start working, you know, with people that are super high up, because I worked with a handful of them. I mean, Lisa, you remember that when we did Tainted Dreams and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about in specific. So like, I'm talking like awesome daytime Emmy award winning actresses and stuff like that. And I'm like climbing into the bed, acting like, you know, bebopping through it all and not thinking twice about it. And she's like, you know, like all the way up to her neck, might as well be wearing a turtleneck stuff. So
Yeah,
That's so funny.
my time with Lisa was awesome because she made it. I always looked up to her just because obviously she's been to the show, she's been to the dance, she has a lot of experience. And then she's always so nervous. Like anytime we would go out there, I'm like, but like it also showed how much she always put into everything, you know. Right. And she always, like, it's because she cared so much and because she was so professional and she knew she wanted shit to go right, you know. You know, when it came to us and our chemistry and stuff, I mean, we literally just flipped a switch and just went with it. And like they said jump, we said how high. As soon as we got a couple things down, like there's like highlight reels of like YouTube where people like specifically splice together me pressing her up all the time and whatnot, and all these other things and whatnot. So it was so organic, I feel like, and she's a true professional. I loved my time with her sincerely because it was effortless. Like, it wasn't like it was hard. The transition and just even having the opportunity to be with her, I mean, just helped bridge a huge part in my career for sure.
Oh, thank you, Jess. It was very organic. It was just, go with the flow. Let's not memorize anything. Let's just, when you feel it, just do it. Do it. If you feel it, feels right, do it. We'll say sorry later if that happens, Yeah, it was amazing.
It was super memorable, that storyline with you guys, honestly. Like, it never felt forced. It was just, you guys committed so much to the roles, and I'm not sure if it's to do with your acting chops or what, but it was super, super memorable. I will say, though, if we can hone in on Netflix, obviously, Jessie, we have all watched it on our own accord because we love Al, we love you. We were so excited for this opportunity for wrestling to have the center stage on Netflix, the biggest, platform that there is. And I will say, just quickly, for me, I loved it for so many reasons. I loved that it was, gritty in terms of like getting each person's character. I loved that I kind of like Mickie said earlier, even Haley or Eric or Matt Jones, it was like, oh, I don't like this guy. I don't like this girl. And then it kept going. You're like, well, now I feel connected to them. Like, then I ended up at the end, not to spoil anything, I was like, I love all of them. That they have such a great heart, and everyone was like there for the right reasons, but then you have your favorites and whatever, but it was such a great send-off at the end. But Jessie, your involvement was so much fun because we love you and we know you. And my personal favorite moment of yours was one of the last episodes where your child was there to watch you perform. So just give us an overall about, I mean, it was, and the little face, I wish we could have a photo of it. Oh my God, died. And I just wanted to get your candid thoughts about being on the show, how it came about, what it was like to be on the show, and then maybe your overall thoughts of how it all came across on Netflix, watching it back.
One, for like, Greg did a phenomenal job. If you guys have ever been a part of anything else, I don't know if you guys did Tough Enough at all. Like, in your mind, you're just like, oh, they should use this and da-da-da. But like, if it doesn't fit a storyline, it's not going to make TV. I've been in reality television for a hot minute, and you're just like, oh, this will for sure air. And then when you watch it back, it's like, it wasn't even about you at all. It's about 3 other people. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's what he chose to do. And like, I respect it wholeheartedly. Like, the little bleeps that like I got to be in it, I'm super grateful for. When it came to my son, Gabe, like, that was if not the first, like maybe the second time he's ever been to a wrestling show. He was like 3 at the time. So he probably had no idea what was even going on. You know what I mean? And my girl was and stuff. And it was awesome to see that little bleep, of him being on there. The overall depiction of it, I think first and foremost, any light to professional wrestling, and Al says this first off, so don't take. Like, we get treated like the redheaded stepchild when it comes to like entertainment, right? And for me, it's like, we wear so many hats, and to say that I don't respect it, I know that when I first came in, there was a lot of people that kind of side-eyed me just because of where I came from. But then the people that I had respect from, like Bobby Lashley, Kurt Angle, just from my physical stature, because I could carry my shoulders into this profession, that helped me leaps and bounds. But when it comes to the overall cross promotion of all just the casual viewers that can kind of sink their teeth into professional wrestling now, it was not that it was a backdrop. It was the fact that like, we all haven't given up on our dreams, and you can't hate somebody for that. People die twice in life, when they give up on their dreams and then when they really pass away. But that time from when you actually give up on your dreams to when you pass away is a long time that you're sitting there mulling it over. And then when it comes time for you to meet your maker, whoever that is, people have regrets, and like, cash flow is still doing it. First off, how big of a sweetheart does Shira look like in this thing?
Oh,
like, he is so the sweet. Biggest baby face. It's giving me chills right now just talking about him, and it's like, and that's a true depiction of who that fella is. Like, I go to the gym with him, I see him, you know what I mean? It's like, but all the guys that have come through OVW, like, especially when you come from another country, like, I've always, like, when Rockstar Spud came through, that was one of the first times I was or second or third time I was at OVW. I have a heart for anybody that sacrifices literally their country and their family, and they come to another country. It's bad enough when you come from another state to kind of do this,
right?
But you're still an American, you know, and you can pick up a job. Like these guys have to save up enough money, work their tail off, come here, you know, not work, not get paid allegedly, you know what I mean? Try to make it, try to pay for all their expenses, and while pursuing a dream, and while trying to all these other things that compound just life in general, you know. And then you're taking your bumps and bruises, which, mind you, they didn't talk about that at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that's the real painful. I take that back because they did it with the fella Jake Lawless, and I think that super dark side kind of it was tough, but I think it was very needed inside the show because it's real.
Yeah, they showed it all. They really did.
Yeah, everything. So I can't rave enough about it. Any kind of casual viewer, I think, kind of like what Mickie said, when you take the time to sit down and you're like, oh, I'll just watch a couple, like Netflix does it perfectly to literally give such a hook that you have to watch the next one. You're like, oh, it's only 2:00 in the morning. What's one more? And you watch
what
it.
happened to us. We were like, we have to watch. Like, I have to see what happens. Like when they teased Al Snow at the end, I was like, dude, I don't care if it's 3 a.m. I gotta get my popcorn and watch this.
Anybody that's walked through the doors in any federation, whether it's AEW, Impact, TNA, WWE, all these guys, I sincerely like. Diamond Dallas Page posted about it a handful of times. The announcer from AEW, Justin Roberts is like posting about it, and it's just like give OVW the love and respect that like you really
that it deserves and that it earned.
Exactly. Like it's still here. It's still here. It's a part of your life.
You know what it is, Jesse? I think, and I was super excited. I feel like I had heard about them filming this docuseries when I was doing Empower. So I had heard about the filming and stuff then. I was like, oh, this is really exciting. Like, I can't wait to see what happens when it comes out. And that was a while ago. So I feel like, some of this footage is pretty like now, like looking back, I go like, oh man. However, I think back to the history of OVW and everything that came out of there. And then something's happened, you know, obviously there's been some changes in the business and stuff, but when WWE stopped using them for their developmental territory and everything shifted to Georgia and to Florida, you stopped hearing so much about OVW or whatever reason. And I think people forget about the rich heritage and the history that happened there and how much we all loved and how influential and how much we have a love for Louisville now because it was such a big part of our lives. But also that the formula and the whole thing down there, nothing has changed. They just use that model to create, you know, their own performance center and stuff. But nothing really changed except for Danny's retired and now Al was doing it. And kudos to Al for keeping it alive for so long.
Exactly.
Dude, just after Danny pretty much says, okay, well, if you want it, you have this baby because I'm going to go get a house in Florida. I've
retired. Yes.
And retire. Me and Jules are doing it. And Al goes, okay. And that's a heavy, because I think about how long until he brought this new guy in, Matt Jones. I mean, it was a long time that Al's been down. I mean, he came down there originally as just one of the trainers with WWE, if you remember. And he loved Louisville so much he couldn't leave.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, I wanted to see. So I think too, it's like when you say that all of the shows have been sold out since then and people are coming in from out of the country, it's like, yes, because it's that piece of home for like a lot of us to see like winning and thriving again, because, you know, I do think that it's an excellent school and they're teaching wrestlers the right way. And I do think that there should be like regulations on who is training the future so they don't learn wrong and have to go back and relearn and all the other things. So it's in my opinion, when people always ask, like, what school should I go to? It's OVW, it's MCW, it's like Booker T's school or Devon and Bubba's school. Like there's a handful of school, Flatbacks maybe, but there's like a handful of schools where we would suggest, and OVW is always top of my list. Like you got to go there because everything you learn how to work. Like you said, you guys are still doing live television.
This is what really blows my mind is anybody that's in the television space, whether it's an intern, announcer, ring announcer, camera guy, journalist, anybody. This is live television. You're not going to get this anywhere else. Else. You're not going to get live. So if you can do live television and in real time, you need to make a change. in real time. And
Yeah.
we're doing that on a constant basis. So like this, our organization, like it's who else is live? Who?
Yeah.
There's only one. There's only
Yeah.
one. To put a button in it for you, like for myself, what I always say is I don't care where you go, as long as who you're learning from, they've made money in this business.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everybody that you just listed, Mickie, there's a trainer there, there's an individual there, there's a head trainer there, there's somebody
who's been there.
if they're not actively on television right now in present day.
Right. Can I quickly I forgot to do, because we were doing who you wear and what you drinking, and obviously I'm bohoing it up. But I need to give a shout out to Kendall Dunn, who made for me, Lisa, your friend. And you guys can go follow him at Kendall_Dunn. And he wrote me a little letter when he gave this to me at one of the appearances, Lisa. So thank you.
Me too. And he gave me a CBS.
Is it cute, Jessie? Are you jealous?
Jealous.
Maybe we can get him to make you one too.
I asked Mike, say, hey, I can promote you if you want to make some. And he goes, oh no, it took him 2 months to make my wine glass.
He did say this took him.
The face that runs a place needs a glass that kicks your ass. I don't know. We'll work on the marketing. Like even me, getting into wrestling around like 2000, and I mean officially 2002, but I was watching from like 98 or so, 99. OVW was where that's where Cena was born, and Brock Lesnar, and these amazing people. That's what's so cool, that Netflix kind of gave the attention to like people that like were like me, from like watching from a younger age. Like that's what OVW was, and they very perfectly explained that that's where they came from, and that's how prestigious this place was. But OVW is doing amazing things, and now they're going into live broadcasts. So every Thursday, OVW Live. Tell the fans what they can expect from that, because it's that's how the world is working, right? Social media, live content. What can they expect every Thursday from OVW Live?
We actually, coming into the new year, and even right now, they're literally making changes right now to the TV product to try and make it better. When it comes to the actual product, it's storylines. Like the reason why the storylines make sense, and the reason why the characters can we can have organic chemistry, is because of Al. Because like he said, he is Kermit the Frog, just running this, the Muppets right now, behind the scenes. Yeah. And it's in true fashion, like characters sell. End of story. That's all there is to it.
Characters and stories, and like that emotional roller coaster. People, they want to get taken on that ride, and it's always been about the storylines, right? Like, and that's how your character gets developed, or you find those different layers to your characters, is usually in those stories that show the different sides of them, right?
I would love to hear your thoughts on sort of the difference between the wrestling world and the fans that are there, and you have so many loyal fans that are there, and then the reality world and the Hollywood world. Well, what are the differentiations between that? And like, how do you navigate the two? Because you're active on social media, but you have very different fan bases for both, right?
Yeah. And all of them are super loyal. And we all know, like, when there's wrestling fans, they're wrestling fans, and like there's reality television fans, and like that's their niche, and that's their thing, and that's what they do. And in the same token, there's like soap acting or soap stars that are being followed by these people too, and there's a reason why they have that little soap opera digest and stuff in the grocery store. I think there's a lot of cross-pollination between them all, luckily. I don't know, being the boy next door-esque looking thing, I don't know how much longer I can squeeze that orange peel. But
then you could be the man next door, the old
man next door.
But God damn it, Jesse, you know what? You're so
blonde mode.
Listen, you're so Hampton. He's only going to get better looking, which really pisses us off.
He'll be distinguished. Yeah. Why do men
really
get
annoying?
It's weird. It is annoying. I know.
You're never going to be invited back when you're like Silver Fox. We're going to hate you.
It'd be like salt and pepper sexy. Meanwhile, a woman gets salt and pepper and be like, might want to get them roots, sis.
So this is your last appearance.
You guys don't age, and that's why we all have beautiful careers thus far. That's why
it's battery water. That's what it is.
Oh, the lithium or the alkaline
Energizer Buddy water.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, they're just super vocal too. There's different ones that are vocal on different platforms, and I think the appeal, and even like with new owners that came in, everybody sees that appeal. And luckily for me, I just try to harness it and just take the ball and run with it. I can only jump so high, but when somebody gives me an opportunity, you know, even like getting paired up with Lisa in the beginning and stuff, it's like, this is what I have, and we have to make it the best I can, you know? And then that just parlayed into Robbie, like talk about somebody that's a Renaissance man. Like Robbie's been doing phenomenal too, you know, and that, you know, whether it was like a colleague or like competitive nature and whatnot, like we all know how hard Robbie hustles, you know, and just his demeanor.
He is a
and
hustler.
yeah. And a lot of stuff rubbed off on me. And then I can also kind of identify the stuff that I kind of would either want to emulate or kind of bring into my personality. But then there's other stuff that I didn't, you know, and whatnot. But he's awesome, dude. And just to give him the kudos is like another portion of my career, you know, when it came to being an Impact and stuff. Like it was awesome.
Bromance.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Like that kind of stuff.
Oh my God, we loved that.
The bromance were over.
Oh.
Yeah. And now DJ is
bromance.
doing a phenomenal job too, you know, and everybody's seen tag partners with him for a hot second too. And it's like listening and seeing his success and whatnot. To just bring it full circle, I sincerely wish that there's more than enough space up at the top. Like that's what I've never understood. There's more than enough space. If everybody's making money, everybody can be happy. So when these guys are like having the success that they have, I'll shoot them messages and stuff. And it's like, it doesn't take anything to put over the show when it comes to wrestlers and whatnot. Like it's not going to do you guys any disservice. It's not going to put a bad taste in anybody's mouth to promote something like this that's in line with the profession that
well, real friends celebrate each other's successes, right?
Oh no, and I'm not saying that they don't though. I was just saying like the entire community, you know what I mean? Because that's it's
well,
awesome.
It's cool too because I've seen so much love around the series. I really have seen a lot of love around the series, and I was interested to see how it would, because you know the internet loves to hate on everything, right? But I've not seen any negative and nothing negative. If anything, I've seen a lot of eyeballs go like, "Oh man," like that, like casuals of people who don't really aren't like hardcore wrestling fans, but go like, "Oh my God, have you seen that new series on Netflix?" Or whatever.
I'll just say that Jessie Godderz, you have been nothing but lovely to me. And it's one of those things that, you know, we always say on the show, the bigger the star, the nicer they are. And you came in as this super polished, super duper handsome guy that, you know, you could have looked from afar and gone, oh, he's not going to be. Listen, you treated everyone with respect, from the crew to me as an interviewer, from the wrestlers you worked with. You were well respected and just lovely. You looked the part, you came in polished and ready to go. And I'm just so happy to see you doing so well. And obviously from a reality standpoint, I'm a reality show fan. So I'm so proud to know this for that reason. But listen, the sky's the limit for you. We loved wrestlers on Netflix. And I say that genuinely. Like, listen, we watch a lot of wrestling, Mickie, Lisa, and I, and we try to keep up on the product. But wrestlers on Netflix, if you guys are watching it for the first time, listen, 7 episodes, it just gets better and better. It's incredible. It's an emotional roller coaster. We could have talked about it for 2 hours, but we don't want to take up all your time. But Jessie, so proud of you. I can't wait to see what you do next. Keep in touch. We love you. And thank you for being not only phenomenal and like a polished wrestler, but just a nice guy. Like the exterior is lovely and all that. You look the part, but listen, you're a lovely guy. You've always treated everyone with respect. So thank you for that. We love you.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't have said it better myself, Val.
I know, Val.
I don't even know what to say now.
Great goo. He's
like, follow that,
boys.
Yeah, exactly.
The facade is lovely, but he actually happens to be a gentleman person. How dare you, sir? He's a lovely person too.
Well, but I think it's just because you guys have seen all walks of life in this profession. Like, and you're 100% right. You know, and I think that's where I was, to your point, like 1000%. Like, with whatever capacity, any other project that comes about, like you guys are phenomenal. And if anything ever crosses my plate that you guys would be great for, like absolutely, I'd be able to throw your name into the ring.
You
and
work
I think
so hard. We're so proud of you.
Yeah. We're very proud of you. And like, you know, the word respect. You had respect coming in, and you were never above and beyond anybody. You would still ask even me as I'm managing you. Sometimes you're like, is there anything I could have done better out there? And like always trying to like, hey, can you watch my match? Anybody. You're just like, I want to get better. You just like, and you're never going to be like the perfect wrestler out there. You're always going to try to get better and better and better. And I just want to say thank you for being such a great friend on stage boyfriend and the Hollywood's hottest couple we used to call each other. Yes, and thank you for being sweet. Not only you're a great wrestler, but you're a great friend, and I love you. I love you to death. Yes, you know that.
We love you.
Thank you. Love you too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks.
I'm glad to see you winning at life.
Yeah.
Winning.
Winning.
Putting all the links in the description. Any final words for your fans, Jessie, around the world that are watching this?
Thank you. I mean, it's been a, it's been a long ride, but it's you guys kind of hit it on the head when you get respect when you give it, and it doesn't matter whatever capacity you go into, but there's also people that you also have to earn it from, and then just choose your hard, because life's going to be hard no matter what. And you might as well try to pursue something that you actually genuinely want to do. Because you'll always be able to do something, but you could be miserable at it for the longest part of your life.
Choose the happy hard.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, check us out. Make sure you keep watching OVW. We're going to try to become, no offense to any other promotions out there, but the third biggest that's out there when it comes to a TV product, because I mean, we have to have lofty goals, we have to have lofty goals. And I think that's what wrestlers could potentially help us do, and bring the eyes to them. So otherwise, everything out, MrPEC-Tacular.com. I'm sure if you start putting MRPEC, it'll be my verified account. So and then I'll tweet
Google
more than enough times for you guys, I'm sure.
Give it a goog.
Give it a goog.
Give it a goog.
Listen, the sky's the limit for OVW and for you. Mr. Spectacular's Jessie Godderz, we love you. Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Cheers, everybody. Jessie, we love you.
We love you.
Cheers. Love you guys. Thank you.
The word go, yo.